The Video Dead, one of the cheapest and crappiest movies ever made. It's so weird, so slapdash, and so completely incoherent that the whole story feels like they just made it up as they went along. Like seriously, what the fuck is this? Settle down everyone. Welcome back to our annual Back to Ghoul event, where we look at zombie movies. So far this month, we've only looked at very good and thoughtful movies, and that simply won't do. To get a proper zombie education, we have to look at some absolute garbage. After all, that's what the subgenre is known for. And there's not much garbagier than The Video Dead. It's a zero-budget, direct-to-video masterpiece. As you might have expected, the film follows a group of zombies called the Video Dead, who crawl out of a haunted television. Oh, what's that? You didn't expect that because it's the dumbest fucking thing you've ever heard? Buckle up, baby, because I'm about to walk you through one hell of a movie. We open on surly novelist Henry Jordan, who's awoken one morning by the unexpected delivery of a package he hadn't ordered, and also, I guess, the smell of the world's dirtiest fish tank. Inside the package, a television. That night, when Jordan is working, the TV turns itself on and begins to play a black and white zombie movie called Zombie Blood Nightmare. Jordan tries to turn it off, to no avail. It even plays the movie when unplugged. And then, zombies from the movie crawl out of the television. I don't really understand why. They should have stayed in the shitty movie they were already in. The next morning, the delivery guys return, having discovered that they weren't supposed to send this TV to Henry Jordan.
What I'm wondering is, what the hell did we deliver to the Institute for the Studies of the Occult?
I can see how you'd mix those two names up. That could happen to anybody. But Jordan has been murdered! Also, he's been decorated! Why is he wearing a birthday hat? Where did the zombies get a birthday hat? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything, or we'll never get through the description of this movie. Just trust me. Shit happens, it's not important why. Months later, a couple of teens move into the old Jordan house, while their parents are away carrying out unspecified business in Saudi Arabia. Zoe, who's going to college as an aerobics major?
What's your major? Aerobics. Aerobics.
A joke that I'm sure landed in the 80s, and Jeff. Jeff finds the haunted TV in the basement because he hears a sexy lady's voice and follows it.
Make love to me, Jeff. I want you to come into the attic with me, Jeff.
He puts the TV in his room, and he gets a visit from a strange Texan asking about the TV.
Timmy Turner, my name is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
And Jeff just assumes the guy is nuts, because the guy positions his questions in the craziest way.
You see, it looks like an ordinary TV set, but it isn't. More lives will be lost if it isn't found.
Yeah.
Jeff meets April, a local dog walker who might be into him, it's unclear, but she's not into the dog she's walking because she hates poodles. Luckily for her, the Video Dead allegedly killed Chocolate the poodle, though he's still clearly breathing in the shot that establishes this fact. Jeff has the bright idea of shoving a tennis ball down the dead poodle's throat so that April won't be blamed by the dog owners because they can I'll let them explain it.
You were walking the dog on the leash, and some total jerk threw the ball to the dog, and he accidentally swallowed it. All we have to do is push the ball down the dog's throat. You'll never know the difference.
The dialogue in this movie is on another level, let me tell you. So then, what happens after that is a sexy lady comes out of the TV and starts to have sex with Jeff, who is 16, and the actor who played him is 16. She then goes back into the haunted TV and is promptly killed by a guy who identifies himself as the Garbage Man.
They call me the Garbage Man. I dispose of human garbage.
The Garbage Man explains that some of the garbage got loose and advises Jeff to put a mirror against the TV screen. And that's the last we see of the Garbage Man. he's never brought up again. Jeff assumes this is all because of tainted weed. The next morning, he finds the lady's dress on the floor, and now he's scared. So I guess she teleported back into the TV and left her dress behind. But even though she's wearing the dress when she goes back in the TV, but whatever, who fucking cares? He takes the TV to the basement and tries to tape a mirror to the screen, but has a lot of trouble with the painter's tape he's using. Zombie hands emerge from the TV and grab at him. He chops a hand off and throws it down the garbage disposal, and then elects not to share any of this information with his sister, even though he's got a haunted TV in the basement. Following me so far? Are you still following the story? I'm not leaving anything out, I promise. So the video dead kill April's dad, and also the maid April's dad was fucking, and a couple of other people too that are just unnamed characters. They're real giggle guts about it. They love laughing. April finds out, so she's all fucked up and stays with Jeff and Zoe. And then the mystery Texan, who we learn is named Joshua Daniels, returns and explains exactly what's going on here. You see, what's happening is that it's a TV that zombies come out of. Oh, you wanted more than that? Well, that's all you get. The TV killed his wife, now he wants to get rid of the zombies. That's all. So here's the thing about these zombies. They have a very complicated and entirely crappy mythology. These zombies believe that they're alive and lash out violently when people react with fear to them because it reminds them that they are in fact dead. That's why they hate mirrors, because they don't like to look at their gross faces, and that's a whole mood. And if you do something that would kill a normal person, the zombies will assume they are dead and lie down. Except for the zombie we saw get a clothing iron through the dome piece. He didn't think that. The only way to kill them is to trap them somewhere from which there can be absolutely no escape. Then they go crazy and eat themselves. But if they only kill out of despondent rage, why are they fucking giggling all the time? How come they're taking time to decorate their victims' corpses? Do they even eat people? Some of the dialogue implies that they do, but they don't ever do it in the movie.
You look the other way, you might just end up getting a nice sized bite taken out of your rear end.
Mister!
Oh, hey, speaking of biting people, not speaking of biting, no one bit me. I saw a doctor about this wound on my arm, and he said it's nothing, not to worry about it. I trust my doctor, he's a smart guy with a big, meaty brain. Real ribeye of a brain. I need to book another appointment with that brain. I mean, eat my doctor. I mean, kill and eat my doctor. His brain. An appointment. Zoe is having none of this. She takes April upstairs to get a bath, but then April is so distracted by her gingivitis that she gets kidnapped by the David Bowie zombie, and Zoe is absolutely useless about it. Just terrible. She slams the door on her. Come on, Zoe. This is from the era of horror movies where women aren't so much characters as they are scream deliverers, or in some other cases, breast showers. Speaking of senseless nudity, you better believe we see up April's skirt in this shot. Classy stuff. Josh and Jeff go out on a rescue mission, but they don't get along and bicker annoyingly, leading to the best line of dialogue in the movie.
Sneak up on me like that again, you know what's gonna happen to you?
No, boy, you tell me.
Death and destruction.
Ah, they should have sent a poet. They kill one zombo by shooting it with arrows and then chainsawing it, and then decide to set up an elaborate trap outside of a shed with a dead April inside it. They hatch a plan, and see if you can tell me where the plan goes wrong. See, here's the plan, is what they do is they tie up Jeff in the trees to get the zombo's attention, and then Josh can shoot them from the cabin, and Jeff is holding the chainsaw to defend himself if it comes to that. Can you tell me where this genius plan goes awry? Obviously, the minute them zombos come around, Josh falls asleep and Jeff immediately drops the chainsaws, and now the zombies have a chainsaw. Josh wakes up in time and the zombies get arrowed. Except the bride, who he chases away with a mirror for some reason instead. They hunt her down, but she outwits them by leaving the chainsaw on the ground and then stabbing him. Oldest trick in the book. Josh dies, but Jeff slinks away back to the cabin. There, he tries to attack her with a machete and does manage to cut her head off, but also gets horribly chainsawed. Meanwhile, Zoe is back at the house doing nothing. She decides it's time to leave and writes Jeff a note with some terrible cursive, before realizing that the house is surrounded by zombos. Zombos she could definitely outrun because they're really slow as molasses, and the film has established she's an aerobics major. But she's got a better plan. She pretends she's not scared of the zombos and invites them in for a nice dinner of beans. When the zombos want to do some dancing, naturally, she tells them the best dancing spot is in the basement. But it's all a ruse, you see. She traps them inside because the basement is a place from which there can be no escape, like the Texan guy talked about. He said that they try to eat themselves in that scenario, but instead they eat one another, and also one of them inexplicably explodes, and also they get sucked back into the haunted TV too. Sometime later, Zoe's parents are finally home from Saudi Arabia, and then they visit her in the mental hospital where she has become catatonic. In an attempt to cheer her up, they surprise her by putting the haunted TV in her room. Here we go again! And that's the video, Dad. What the hell is it? Who cares? It's terrible. You have to watch it. It owns. Any questions? Anyone? Yes, Bobby. Yeah, hey, it's me, Bobby Duke, star of the channel. I don't know a polite way to ask this, but, did you get bitten by a zombie? What kind of a question is that, Brainy? See, it's stuff like that, Mildew, that you just call me Brainy when you know that it's me, Bobby Duke, the Babadook. I absolutely did not brain that. Huh. All right, I can see we're not gonna get any work done today. Brains dismissed.